This is Roger Struckoff with Syscon TV. We're at day 2 of Cloud Expo Silicon Valley in the year 2014, if you can believe that. We're here with someone that we've known for a long time. He's been attending and exhibiting and sponsoring and speaking and all sorts of good things at our events for many, many years. Knows cloud computing in and out. And today we're going to take that a little further and talk about DevOps. So welcome Tom Lounibos from SOASTA Software. And this morning Tom was speaking about DevOps, and he was speaking about this traditional idea of balancing speed and quality, how it doesn't need to be that way. Tom, welcome, and what do you think on that, about that topic?
It's great to be here, Roger. Good to see you again, and a lot of old friends here. You know, the Clouderati is well represented at Cloud Expo this year. You know, we have been kind of one of the pioneers of cloud computing with SOASTA. We built this concept of cloud testing back in 2008, and it's grown from kind of meager beginnings to now we're provisioning hundreds of thousands of servers on a daily basis on behalf of customers around the world to test their applications. But as all of our customers are beginning to move towards DevOps, this concept of speed, this concept of process compression where we can roll out new releases and new versions of applications in a quicker format, there are consequences to that. And the consequences sometimes is they try to find shortcuts around things like testing and quality. And so what we've been advocating is have the speed without the consequences. And so we believe that you shouldn't have to compromise between deadlines and meeting code freezes and things like that by compromising on quality, by cutting testing. And it comes down to using automation more effectively, using more predictive analytics capability, using continuous integration kind of concepts as you go forward. So I think it's an important topic that doesn't always get raised in these kinds of conferences when we're all looking for speed and agility. Sometimes quality is compromised.
Well, that's interesting that it ain't necessarily so. And you described it sounds like a little bit of a process. So if you're saying to people, fight this sort of human nature, if you're going to cut a corner, it's going to be with quality, not with speed in today's environment. There's a process involved in getting them to practice that, a methodology, you're not just yelling at them?
No, you know, process compression is a difficult thing because you have silos, and in the ALM you've got dev, test, deploy, and manage, and you know, when you just can't say process or methodologies. You've got to give test automation capabilities to developers versus having them to flip over the wall to the tester. And so by doing that, you're introducing testing earlier into the dev environment. And then the other side of it is testing is not a process that you do just before you launch. You also do testing after you launch. So a lot of our customers test in production on a daily basis. So we're literally running tests on daily events against production sites as they're running so that we're continuing to introduce quality throughout the process of the application lifecycle. And that's a difference as we go forward. But you need to have better tools. I mean, when we started the company, you know, the leading testing company was Mercury Interactive, and they had a product called LoadRunner. Great testing product for client-server apps and such, but it would take 6 weeks to set up a test to simulate 4,000 virtual users. Now we've taken that 6 weeks and turned it into 6 minutes. And the ability to run that same test in 6 minutes means to our customers, I can run hundreds of tests versus in the time that it used to take to do one test. And then by doing that, you're actually generating much more quality. So we have to embrace new technologies, not just in ops and not just in dev, but there's new technologies in testing that allows you to deliver without the consequences of failure.
Okay, so doing that way, it sounds like there's a scalability, or the ability to test scalability must have increased exponentially then. Yeah, you know,
when we built this environment around cloud computing, we recognized that, you know, some of these websites, like the Olympic Games, who we test for, or Nike or Apple, you know, their customers are around the world, so you have to simulate traffic coming from around the world if you're going to test CDNs and load balancers and the rest of the things. And so, you know, to build a test platform that we've done, and we built the largest test platform in the world. It has over 5 million cloud servers available in it that are provisioned within minutes with a very enriched analytic engine. And what that does is it gives a developer a little bit like a pilot that is training to become a pilot, a flight simulator. Okay. Think of a flight simulator where a pilot wants to go, well, I want to land under normal conditions, but now let's try wind shear. Let's try fog at a lower elevation. Let's try show me if an engine goes out. That's prepping for real-time environments, so your reaction time is much faster than it would be if you had never seen the situation before. That's what Cloud Test is. Cloud Test is the largest test platform in the world and allows you to simulate millions of users coming to your sites, or thousands, users coming from Hong Kong or Paris or Des Moines, Iowa, users that are Android and iOS too. You can't prevent black swans from happening, rare and unpredictable events. Yeah. But if you can think about a black swan, you can test a black swan, and you can react more effectively. Right.
The flight navigation testing makes me feel good. You mentioned the Olympics. Actually, this morning I was watching a kind of a cool thing that Tom has in his presentation about the Olympics and people's experiences. Let's talk about that a little bit, because it was cool and it looked like it was something that can be done on a very grand global scale.
Yeah, that product that we demoed this morning was Impulse, and Impulse is a really hot category, a real user measurement. And monitoring is part of our ecosystem, no matter if you test or not, and every one of my customers has monitors all around, but most of it is synthetic monitoring. In other words, you're contriving users. What people want today is, I want to see every user on my website and my mobile app real time, within a second. And that, if they can do that and they can diagnose what's going on, they can actually turn that data into actionable data. Mm-hmm. And so what the Olympic Games did in London and in Sochi is, give us a view of everybody's going on our website to watch the U.S. beating, Russia in hockey or whatever it may be. And that visualization is the beginning effect of, okay, understanding the user experience. Right. How many people are having good user experience? How many people are having poor ones? And the dimension that we first cut is geographically, where are they at? Because now we can diagnose whether or not a CDN is having a problem because of regional, or maybe a load balancer is having a problem, and we can maybe turn a configuration setting around really quickly to change the user experience. So this RUM category is very hot right now, real user measurement, real user monitoring, to give people a whole new generation of NOC center. What we used to call the Network Operations Center is now becoming a real-time view of users around the world doing transactions, and that's changing the view of the world.
And so the people that are monitoring, they know what they're doing. I mean, green circle good, red circle bad. That's what it looks like to me. So red circle bad, and the people can jump on it, get down there, and find out what the problem is and address it like right now.
Well, developers are owners of applications, and the worst thing you want to do as a developer is see your product failing. So instead of waiting for a customer service rep to call you and say there's customer experience problems, they want to see it real time. So by giving them a dashboard that they can see that their application is having issues, they jump on it. They want to react to it. They want to fix the problem as it's occurring versus the week following or the 3 months down the road. So it's a whole real time is a reality here, and visibility is the key to it.
Beautiful. We've been joined for a few minutes by Tom Lounibos from SOASTA Software. They're doing a lot of things that's difficult to describe in a few minutes, so visit the site, talk to Tom, talk to the people that work with them. It's great stuff. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching. For Syscon TV, this is Roger Struckoff.